Thanks very much, Reddit, indeed. This very exciting Game 3 coming up now between Liquid and Thunderbirds. I'm IDPixel, I'm here with Purge. The drafts, yet again, we're getting a lot of excitement already today, Purge. We're seeing some new heroes. We've got a Puck, we've got a Furion. What's going on?
Some of these heroes have been kind of buffed. We've seen a lot of patches in the last couple months, ever since 7.0 came out. So there's a lot of mixing up of heroes that have maybe gotten buffed 2, 3, 4 times sometimes in a row. So excited to see these heroes picked up. Puck actually did start trending a little bit at DAC, usually in combo with Enigma. It's a bit different. It's going to be a mid Puck. No offlane Puck this game. But the Nature's Prophet is maybe the most exciting pick here. That's another hero whose talents may be some of the best in the game. He gets some incredible value for every talent tree he gets. But very good laning hero, very good split pushing. But like Merlini said, he's semi-countered, and there's not a lot of things that they have to deal with the Naga Siren other than the Morphling. I think the Morphling can be really effective. Puck can be pretty good too, but it's going to take some really good execution by Thunderbirds to control good tempo and make sure that Naga doesn't get too out of hand too fast.
See already, Liquid coming up with this aggressive movement. They have 3 heroes ready on this top lane around the rune spot. They do want to try and contest, and it looks like they'll head away. Actually, Trent's been sent across from the bottom half of the map there just to zone him out. Also, mind games make Liquid think that there's a 4th hero in the neighborhood.
They want them to think that the Prophet's going to the top lane for sure, because I think, actually, I've laned this, I think, just a couple, like last week, I think, when I was at DAC, Prophet versus Naga. It's a little tough for Prophet because Poor Man's Shield blocks so much of the damage, but it can also be all right. With a little bit of spore rotation, I could see some advantage. Ooh, big D ward here by Sox, actually. He almost caught the
so
Monkey
close,
King, too.
yeah, chopping down that tree. They will still have the telekinesis up to the high ground, and in fact, Kuroki will be cliffed. Misery can't get in range for the rock, but Kuroki, with his magic stick, of course, can get in range to hit him back. So Misery has to just get away from there. There's not a lot he can do with that level 1 rock.
He'll beat up.
It's actually going to be the Fisher onto Resolution that's causing trouble. The Sunstrike doesn't connect, though. Little off point with that one. Kuroki will be able to jump his way down. No one to fall yet, but kicking off on this top lane.
Unfortunately for them, they have to keep doing damage to Monkey King to prevent him from jumping on a tree, so doesn't quite work out, but went okay for them. Decent start. If Resolution would have died there, that would have been catastrophic for Thunderbird.
So close to hitting that Sunstrike combo, just the wrong side of the Fisher.
They got a first blood on Miracle's Invoker, who that's like an instant game loss, I'm pretty sure.
Try and make another bit of a go here. Even though they're not getting these, because they are putting a lot of pressure on Resolution. This lane is not going to be the easiest for this Morphling to farm it.
Yeah, absolutely not. They're pressuring super well here. He does bring another set of tangos out, but just between like Crystal Maiden, Earthshaker, and Monkey King, they've got a lot of disable here.
Look how low Resolution is as well. The Sunstrike's going to come through. This time it connects, and Resolution, he's going to try and morph his way out of this one, but Kuroki coming around the corner. He's out of mana. The Fisher's there from Mind Control, securing Liquid the first blood in this top lane.
That was my predicted player with the least deaths. That didn't work out for me.
The Morphling getting punished. Early stages by Liquid. Kuroki's very low. Resolution can't quite find a kill in return though. Kuro will be allowed to walk off, but top lane, we've seen the action there. Other lanes in these 1v1s, how are we seeing it pan out at the moment, Purge? Any kind of lead that you didn't expect, or is this all as planned?
It's pretty much as planned for the other lanes. Prophet's having a slightly hard time. We checked the tango level of Matumba. He's down to his last tango, but he's doing fine. I think Moon Meander does have level 3 though, so despite like that tri-lane not going very well for Thunderbirds, they will see some Prophet TP soon. It's just that Crystal Maiden plus Earthshaker plus Monkey King, those 3 heroes are really strong at level 1 and allowed them to pressure quite well. Whereas if they got Pudge level 2, maybe Rubik level 2, something like that, it would have been a lot better for the opposite side.
Top lane, Kuroki going on to Saxa. Good Fisher block from Mind Control, forcing Saxa to walk the long way around. The boundless strike into the Frostbites there, and Liquid claiming a second kill with this aggressive tri-lane that they pulled together.
It's going so well. And with Arcane Aura, now those 2 heroes, Earthshaker and Monkey King, they really are in need of a lot of mana, so Arcane Aura giving them a big advantage. And there's still Sunstrike threats. Oh, he cuts the tree though.
Yeah, Rezo gets the tree hit. That should be a tasty little kill for Rezo in response. Absolutely something that will really help them out considering the pressure that's being put onto that lane.
Yeah, I was super overconfident there by Kuro, especially to jump to that tree semi with Envision like the tower was going to spot it. So big mistake, especially with the creep wave there. Can they pressure mid though?
Oh, that was a unfortunate hook from Misery there. Sailed right past Miracle, but it looked like it could have been on target. So unfortunate there for Misery. Won't be able to get the successful gank off. But at the least at the moment, Weeha is keeping the edge here in this mid lane, just slightly ahead of Miracles and Boca.
Playing a little dangerous there with the salve phase, but it's going to be just fine for him. Just a little bit of rotation like that will make a big difference. But I think as a whole, I think Liquid's going to be pretty happy with Matama Man getting a 1v1 lane down here with the Crystal Maiden Aura. So this just keeps going well. Prophet does pick up an Orb of Venom phase.
Again, Rezo is able to find the tree as they move in onto Kuroki, throw out the Boundless Strike. Kuroki almost certainly going to be taken down here. Mind Control trying to do his best to hold them back, but he's ended up putting himself in a non-ideal position, and a great hook from Misery is going to reel in a third, and this top lane in a matter of minutes suddenly is being turned on its head, and Thunderbird's getting themselves back on top.
Man, that little death trap up there, they just keep putting heroes in there, and they slowly auto-attack them down. It really works out nicely with Lift and Hook. I didn't think they were going to get 3 kills. I thought it was just going to be 1, but
the fact that Misery was there.
Yeah, made a big difference, even throwing Mind Control up there. They were confident for that one. And if Weeha's laning fine in the mid lane, then I think this looks pretty solid for them right now. Either way, it is going to require Moon Meander to have a good impact on the game. Looks like he's going to go for the phase drum build. Give him a lot of good early right click, and he's now ditched lane, which makes a lot of sense. If you kill both supports, there's a really high chance that they TP to safe lane and do a gank. So he definitely has to hit the jungle occasionally like this. But I want to see what he goes item build wise. Phase drum will be great for overall right clicks early game, and maybe that's how Thunderbird wants to win this game, just by overpowering and running down their enemies. Pudge looking dead here.
Yeah, he's stuck around in the top lane for a bit of solo XP, but he will be punished. But look at this move here from Thunderbirds, bringing Resolution into the middle lane to punish Miracle.
That's really good.
That is, so 5 minutes in, bringing your carry to the mid, something that Liquid just wouldn't have expected to happen.
Yeah, and it delays the Midas, and they're going to get some good tower damage up down as well. Especially with Trance, they can actually just keep hitting this. It doesn't even matter that he pulls the creeps. It's one of the biggest values that Nature's Prophet gives. Something to for sure tank the tower.
Tumba will come through and do his best to help with the deep push here.
That was so
deal
huge.
with this pressure from Thunderbirds, but yeah, a lot of damage done to that tower.
Like, it being at 500 HP at 6 minutes into the game is massive, and that's all Thunderbirds really has to do is keep doing these little rotations. And even if they don't have a lot of levels, their lanes are going weak, if you bring everybody, that's a lot of skill points versus one hero. You're going to kill him.
A lot of resources, yeah.
And Prophet can always show up and bring Treants as well. So that's the tempo that's going to change this game, is taking towers really rapidly. Like, imagine if this tower in the mid lane dies the next minute or two, and Invoker doesn't even have Midas yet. Like, where does he even get his Midas? You just start jungling then or something?
Absolutely, and then even if, you can turn to the jungle, but still that access point is going to be open in the mid lane for Thunderbirds to make those moves around. Middle lane, he's being gone on Dream Coil, into Moon, turning up with the TP. Kuroki will try and hold the back with the Boundless Strike, but already Miracle's dead. Thunderbirds have the initial burst to bring him down. Mass TP's coming through from Liquid. They'll look to try and find Weeha in response. Mind Control looking for the chase down, but they haven't got the follow-up lock from Weeha, and Saxa keeping themselves back out, and in fact straight down to the bottom lane. Saxa maybe seeing if you can combo something with Moon to find the Naga, but again this mid lane turning into a bit of a disaster for Liquid.
Yeah, and because all it takes is Saxa to show up basically, because Puck's usually going to be there. Saxa rolls in on the Rubik, and Prophet TPs. Like, that's 3 heroes hitting really hard. Prophet's hitting for like 100 damage already, and Invoker dies really rapidly. He doesn't have armor. He's still working on building a Midas. He's very vulnerable here. And eventually it's going to lead to a tower kill as well. That one they played a little safe. We got a little low, but they're getting farm. It's relieving pressure from the safe lane. I don't know where Morphling is right now. He's just on the bot lane right now. And Pudge is getting solo experience top in the dangerous lane. So I think the tempo is looking really good for Thunderbirds right now.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting game as well in terms of how the individual heroes are performing in net worth, because even though it looks like, the Morphling's behind, but everyone incredibly close at the moment because of the action that they're getting involved in as a team, and looking for mind control. Misery, we'll get the vision here from Mumianda's Sprout, trying to line up a potential hook, but the Treants are kind of blocking him up. So a little bit of, I guess it's hard to coordinate between the two of them there with a small amount of space in that.
It was kind of dangerous.
But they'll still get the kill, losing it with Saxa coming through with the wraparound, telekinesis into the hook. They'll take down mind control, but the deny is there as well from Misery. He'll make sure that Liquid don't find anything in return.
Yeah, Miracle can't catch a break here. All of his early stun strikes, almost getting a kill, but not quite. So all these early skirmishes as well, really helping Thunderbirds because of the fact that their supports got wrecked in the lane so hard. But this is going to help them get faster level 6s. It's very integral for both Rubik as well as the Pudge. It'll really help them kill Naga Siren, for example. And Resolution's still definitely very behind here, but a couple more kills couple more rotations,
Yeah,
maybe some tower kills.
It's very close between the top few people on the board. I mean, the Naga, of course, is the one to watch out for. If he continues to sail ahead and does manage to hit a good relic into Radiant's timing. But there's still a fair few minutes before that happens. But still definitely good news for Liquid in the sense that that Naga still is sitting at the top.
Another 100 damage on the mid tower. Not much longer and this thing's going to be gone. Miracle still 1,000 gold away from the Midas. And they go back to pressuring Naga, maybe? They're looks like maybe they want to take mid. I guess that is the big one. If they take the tower, it's huge here. Pudge going to get caught.
Yeah, trapped up here by the Fisher. Anything he goes for some sort of deny, but it's not going to happen against the burst that Liquid have. As Miracle this time will get a bit of a better break to get the kill.
But that was not much gold. I mean, that's the least farmed hero on all of Thunderbirds. So losing Pudge when he's level 4 doesn't cost him a huge amount. So I feel like Thunderbird's just farming so much better right now. Jungling on Nature's Prophet. They have a hero in every single lane. This was a Pudge, but that was some rotations, time spent. I mean, the only thing I'm looking at that really looks scary for Thunderbirds right now is Naga. That's by far the scariest thing.
And Matumba's getting that space.
But they might hit this like timing here in the next like 5 or 10 minutes when Thunderbirds just death pushes. Oh, a gank on Prophet in the jungle. Got him.
And it's a quick one.
Really nicely done. He walked from the high ground, went in for an Echo Slam combo with the Sunstrike. Really nicely done. That's a huge kill, actually. Because that basically means no gank for 20 seconds as well.
Mind control as well this game, keeping himself pretty much on par with that of Rezo's farm on Morphling. And halfway towards that Blink Dagger. Very nice if he does manage to get that good timing. Got him. Missouri, Smoke will dispel, he knows that Matumba's close and personal. Doesn't quite have level 6. He'll have the telekinesis follow through, but the sleep is available. As Matumba should be fine here. Yeah, goes with a straight TP out in the sidelines, and nothing that Thunderburst can do to stop it.
That's not even that bad for them though. Like, he uses Song, he TPs away from the lane as was expected. They weren't expecting to kill him, I don't think. He's gonna get Song off no matter what. You've only got lift, so. But he leaves. Now you're going to be able to take the tower and give Resolution more space to farm without it having to be in the safe lane, which is generally more dangerous. So all the rotations right now are really good for Thunderbirds. The only thing they left indefensible maybe is the mid lane. If they can hold this, though, they just got a huge advantage.
Yeah, and he's going to come through with the Sprout setup, looking to find a follow-up hook. Just doesn't have the reach to grab him. It's the quick drop through the trees and escape from mind control will save his life.
Perfect timing. A little bit too late from the Pudge, but they did coordinate that quite well. Just super fast reaction from mind control mostly.
Right, talking about mind control, back in with a Fisher. Looking to try and set up Miracle to go forward, but he's been silenced, being brought down low, can't get himself out. It's a 1-for-1 trade that Thunderbirds are going to be very happy with, and it's not over yet. Zooming forward, Resolution picks up a second. Kuro's dropped the Wukong Samaj, but already Thunderbirds are out of it. They'll sprout him up. Bam, a zap from Saxa to pick up a third. Resolution might not be done yet. He has another waveform. He's looking for GH. Won't get the magical nuke damage, but with the massive chase down, I believe the stolen cold snap from Saxa as well, just helping out. Man. Thunderbirds are, again, giving us these sort of performances that we're seeing in Game 2 at this stage of the game. Very, very cohesive plays as a team.
And their lineup just looks, it feels so strong. It feels like a Drow lineup to me. They're all very long-range heroes. They're all right-clicking really heavily. Monkey King just felt kind of bad there. I mean, maybe it was just the context of the ulti usage, but they just feel like they can right-click anybody. They can use their spells effectively, and their opponents are all like squishy Monkey King, squishy Crystal Maiden. They just all feel so countered.
Hiding in the trees here, coming from the high ground, Kuroki. He's going to jump in on this one. Again, this stolen cold snap on mind control, causing issues for the Shaker. They do lose Saxa on the Rubik. Kuroki jumps forward, has to be careful. Weehar's got the Dream Coil, drops it straight away on the Monkey King. They'll move forward, Kuroki trying to play his way out as he goes under the cover of the tree, but he's not going to make it. Zip forward from Resolution. Misery's there with the wraparound, chomps in good and hard onto the Crystal Maiden to pick up a third. And again, Thunderbirds are just breaking apart Liquid in these fights where Liquid, it seems almost like they're panicking.
They kind of have to try to stabilize a bit because Thunderbirds are going to be so good at taking towers with the Treants, but they're just facilitating all of their heroes so well. All of their heroes are so good at fighting right now, including Morphling. Like, you normally look at Morphling as a super hard carry, late game kind of a thing, but if he can just safely right-click and cast Waveform repeatedly, he's actually one of the better carries in the early game, just because he can reposition himself, he can nuke, he's going to stay alive in so many of these cases. But all it takes is just diving with Treants and Puck setting things up, and Morphling feels like a really strong early game carry.
one thing, of course, that is continuing to happen is this is essentially space for Matumba Man. He is out of these fights. He is working towards the Radiance, and he's nearly got the Relic complete.
Yeah.
So that's maybe kind of Liquid's game plan at the moment. Just go all in on these fights, leave the Naga out of it, make sure that Matumba is just ignored and can get that timing that he needs to be able to swing the game back around. At this rate, it's going to be quick. Top lane as well, looking for Rezo. Massive kill for them to find there. Beautifully done. Fisher into the Wukongs and an immediate Sunstrike, bursting down a hero that, you know, normally in this situation it is very hard to catch.
Yeah, it's not able to morph fast enough. No treads on him. Looking like he's going to pick up a Boots of Travel in a second, just so he can be more mobile. But yeah, kills like that definitely matter. And yeah, the Radiance is coming really fast. It's going to be a problem for Thunderbirds. But the important thing that they did was kill all the tier 1s, so that if they do actually want to pressure the map a little bit and try to kill heroes like Naga, it will be, they'll have to use Song more often, basically. So I think they did the right thing, because them taking their heroes and trying to repeatedly gank Naga with the start they had was going to be very difficult, because they have few disables. The Puck Wayne Rift wasn't going to be maxed out until about now, 15 minutes. So it was difficult for them to actually heavily gank the Naga Siren in the safe lane. I think their target towards towers, I think, was the right way to go. So now they just got to try to control the map and play like a late game sort of style. That's where they've got to play now.
Good to find anything that smoke Thunderbirds. Yeah, Matumba Man, Relic complete. Looking for that recipe, and yeah, absolutely on par to hit. Very nice Radiance timing, considering how the team fights and the objectives have been going with Thunderbirds. Definitely hitting the stride a little harder at this stage of the game. 15 minutes in, landing the tier 2 down bottom, all money into the bank of Resolution.
They're setting up.
Top lane, I mean, see if they can catch anyone out here. Matumba Man's there, but looks like he's already backing up.
Yeah, just in case he keeps pushing. I do like the Miseries ahead of the game a little bit. If they did end up doing a little bit of a tower pressure thing, then they'd be covered. Just spotting for Monkey King as well with the Illusory Orb. But Liquid nowhere nearby. They're not ready to do this. They don't feel comfortable. Mind Control will be looking around for some soul kills, though. They spot GH. Good ulti in.
We are. I just want to play around this one for free. Finds the CM, hook won't hit, but the orb will.
Nicely done there. Much better way to do that, especially with Arcane. Save the ulti. Looking for the Earthshaker, but took a really good path.
B, as Kuroki is at the moment. Sentry's down at this point of the map.
Yeah, they got nothing.
Yeah. Looks like Kuroki can't really set up for anything on his own. And Resolution forward on the mid lane, but yeah, no one really around him to do anything. And looks like they were actually aware that that invis was picked up as their self-scan.
Yeah. They saw him grab it in front of their eyes. So he might get a soul kill, though. Oh my god. That was perfectly casted. Right in the middle is 5
so they all beat
Wukongs
down
hitting
on
him.
Oh, yeah. Actually come in, but can't quite catch this monkey. Oh, with Weehar he can. Jump forward, and the Dream Coil. They will find the punish in return. But it did cost the Dream Coil, and it was just the one for the Rubik loss. So no Dream Coil for 60 seconds. And something that, I mean, how big of an issue is this Naga Siren? I mean, it really does feel like he's about to hit that Radiance. He's got it. And 17 minutes in, you've not done anything about the Naga at all. You've looked elsewhere, and it's been going great. But the Naga Siren, it could come back to haunt them. You know, the Liquid, you what they were doing with GH on the Naga at DAC, Matumba, arguably, if not just as strong as a player on it. It's got to be scary.
It is. It's kind of similar to the DAC games, really. You have to be afraid of the team fight setup. If Thunderbirds ever clumps too much, it could just lead into like an Echo Slam combo into both Fissures, the Boundless Strike, and the Fissure into Invoker combos. Like there's that huge threat actually. But as long as Thunderbirds keeps just poking and prodding around their map without forcing 5v5 team fights, I think they'll be fine. At least until Morphling gets farmed, and then he'll be able to deal with the illusions really easy. Not to mention the fact that he can just use Replicate to try to get himself his own Radiance. Roche is spotted, so they're going to be less confident. Feel less confident about this now. But much rather grab a kill first before they commit to this, especially because of the Radiance timing. This is the worst time for them to lose a fight. Like Theban pointed out in the last game, they kind of fought Liquid on their strongest point, and or at least that was game 1, I suppose. They've got to make sure they avoid that here.
Smoking up desperately, looking for that kill before they go back into the Rose Pit. Weehar jumps forward, gets the Dream Coil onto Miracle. It's a little too deep though for them to go further in. T-Birds won't find the initial kill that they were hoping for. In fact, in return, Miracle lands the Sunstrike onto Moon, who's being focused by Matumba Man on that bottom lane.
Yeah, Naga Siren is super good against Nature's Prophet.
Mid lane as well. Liquid, they find themselves in second. Weehaw getting caught massively out of position as a second to fall. Misery trying to go in onto GH. He's going to miss the hook though. GH with a freezing field, zoning Misery back. Saxa will turn, bring down Kuroki, but pays with his life as Miracle finds him, and Mind Control's there on the high ground with the control, allowing another Sunstrike for Miracle to land. And now you've got to be very worried if you're Thunderbirds. You managed to get those objectives early on, but Naga's getting big, and you've just lost the team fight massively.
That was a series of kills after kills. 4 kills for 1 there. And Soxo grabbed 1 at least on the backside, but losing 4 kills like that all of a sudden changes the game a lot, especially when Morphling goes a build like this with Boots of Travel. He commits 2,000 gold to an item that just helps him walk faster and show up to team fights. If the team fights are going crap and he can't even be there, then he's definitely not farming as fast as his opponents are. And Naga's going to kind of blow him out of the water for a while. This is really scary, especially Weehaw getting picked off. It's very difficult to be aggressive on Puck until you get phase shift maxed out, because if you do make a mistake, you're a lot easier to punish. And they're still in that window here. They got to initiate, coordinated. They basically needed to get the Invoker kill when they smoked forward. They probably should have just backed off and played it safe afterwards.
I mean, looking at what Matuma as well, if he, at this rate, gets a good timing on the Manta, in terms of Thunderbirds catching him.
That's a great point. It's going to be really hard at that point. Maelstrom pick up for Prophet, so he's not going to have Disable either. It's basically just Rubik Lift, Puck disables, and Pudge ulti, I guess. But yeah, like once he gets Manta, stops all the silences. It's going to be a while until Morphling gets an E-Blade because he's building Lincolns first. It's going to be a long time until they can deal with the Naga perfectly.
Looking to kind of group up with the Naga. Liquid up on the top lane. Ready to make a 5-man push happen. Ready, as we can see though. Lucian's just used there to really slow down these pushes that Thunderbirds, up to this point, have been pretty successful with. Moon has to be careful. Straight in Echo Slam. Good hook from Misery though. Saves Moon from the Sunstrike. And Thunderbirds will get themselves out of there.
That was perfect reaction. Prophet was 1,000% dead if that hook didn't come at that time. I was waiting for the Force Staff. That's Pudge. That's what he does. Force Staff level 2. And he picks up the Midas recipe actually. So this is going to really help Pudge scale well. With Echo Slam down though, that was by far the best setup that Liquid has. They'll have to rely on Blink Enchant or Fissure Enchant. Now things get a little bit iffy for Liquid, but I think Thunderbird's pretty happy with saving Prophet.
So at the moment, Liquid just trying to get resolution out of their jungle.
They got a Radiant solution. It's dead though.
There is that Midas, but as you said, yeah, just kind of gearing up for the fact that this game is not going to be over anytime soon. For sure, they need to have some sort of scaling capabilities against what Liquid have with this Naga Invoker.
Plus Pudge just doesn't farm very well, obviously, so it's nice to be able to grab a Midas. That way you guarantee your levels and your gold gain. Because items on Pudge are actually fantastic. Like things like Force Staffs, Blink Daggers, Aghanims, Aether Lens, all those things make a big impact. Even the Blade Mail builds that we've been seeing pretty recently, those builds are really effective on Pudge as well. So, a simple Midas, yeah, you delay your Blink Dagger or your Force Staff or your Aether Lens, but it also makes you a lot more effective in the late game. Gets you to level 20 faster too. That's even more GPM. So in the meantime, Prophet just hitting creeps, basically, as Prophets do. Keeps telling his team, go do something, go start something so I can show up. Oh, and Rubik with a fast hood.
Say, do you like this bit? This is something that I don't think I've seen before. I mean, I guess looking at the lineup from Liquids, it's understandable. I mean, I imagine surely he goes straight for the full pipe.
I think he will.
Rather than just the hood at this stage.
Yeah, because I mean,
You need to complete it for the team.
Partially, yeah. I think he's definitely buying it because otherwise the Naga or Radiant solutions are just too hard to deal with. But by grabbing the pipe, that just really helps protect his team. Limits a lot of the team fight advantage that Liquid has there. They might catch Puck or Resolution.
Resolution already into the trees. We are being eyed up. Will be able to get himself away with the blink on, and yeah, there's still too deep for them to chase for.
Those Radiant wards as well, they really want to know where anybody is in their jungle. So occasionally they'll show up here and try to get them out of there, but Thunderbirds did not fall for that one. Voker's got a Blink Dagger, so he's thinking about going for a solo kill, but I don't think Morphling's the target. He's open for like Rubik, Prophet, something like that.
See what Miracle wants to play out here.
everybody's going to get hoods on Thunderbirds. And they've also got Rubicor as the other big thing, so it's a lot of magic resistance.
Cool. The play here is going to walk straight into Misery. Misery, usually with the blink out as he spots Pudge in the neighborhood. Blocking himself up there with the Forge Spirits. Micro. Miracle. He'll be fine. The Ghost Walk. A bit of a distraction. Yeah, Misery's down to half health. Drop the Tornado down with the Sunstrike. Is it going to be enough? Not quite. Quite. Misery will survive, but be forced back. And now Liquid actually bringing the rest of the team up it. And KuroKy just gets the vision as he jumps up the tree line and slams down the Pudge. And they'll find a second as well with Saxa being caught off. We'll see the hood keeping him alive a little bit against that Radiance burn. But more than enough damage from Liquid to find a second.
Miracles, all of his patient waiting actually pays off in the end. Just enough damage. In the meantime, Prophet cutting the wave, TPing out instantly. It's going to be close. Ooh. It's got to be scary against Earthshaker, who has a blink force already at 24 minutes, and against a Monkey King who can move around really rapidly.
They've got, yes, a really good catch from range. It's going to be a hard game to wrap for sure. I mean, Bo3 as well with the Tornado. Lots of ways to cancel TPs from a distance.
With that said, they got great hero support. Rezo doing a lot of damage on the mid lane. Oh, he doesn't get the sprout off. TPs to the wrong place.
Moon comes in. Got the dust. Okay, Miracle takes the ult to the face.
He does have the waveform. He's got it, I think.
He's done it. Rezo takes down Miracle. GH and KuroKy looking to punish with a freezing field. The jump forward, KuroKy. Does he have the boundless strike? He does not.
Great.
Will escape. Dead. Hook is down.
I don't think you can hook and sleep anymore. So Pudge can't save him yet. And they're just going to body block.
He's gone, yeah. He's surrounded in Moonmeander. He'll try and run, but the Frostbite comes through for GH. Was picked up, and they're not done yet. Fisher onto Misery. Jump forward from KuroKy. Saxa with the Storm. Fisher holds them back for a little bit of time. Telekinesis as well. He's trying to do his best to survive. But again, Liquid move forward and surround him. And they may not be done yet. Oh, KuroKy tried to jump, but Misery hooks him mid-jump. And they will punish the Monkey King. Resolution looks to push Mind Control away, but Matuma Man just moving in aggressively with this Radiance. Now looks for the TP out, will make it. There's no sort of cancel. GH tries to get away, won't be as lucky. But that did cost the buyback of Weehard to make those plays happen.
Well, that said, Resolution is still getting a lot of kills, and he's got a Midas of his own. Everybody buying Midas now, apparently. You nerf the item, and it just keeps getting bought. But he's 1,700 gold towards his E-Blade.
All right, and we just found a courier. And that did have the ultimate orb on of Matuma Man. So that will be the Manta Star slowed down for 3 minutes.
That's actually huge. He's completely ready on it. So Silence is still valuable here. And this is the value of the BOTs, basically. Summon Treants, and Morphling can be there. And he even went for the +4 Treants. He's got lots of Treants this game.
Another really back and forth game so far. Thunderbirds having the early game control, starting to slip a bit to the Naga Siren, but now getting Roshan as well by the looks of it. Bring them back on par. Still, of course, those two big cores, the threat, and Resolution, a lot of weight on his shoulders to carry this game on the Morphling for Thunderbirds.
Yeah. I think he's going to be fine, though. Not only does he have the Midas, he's also got the 12% cooldown reduction. That means more Midas gold.
That's true.
Pretty good place to be in. And Soxer realizing mistake, says, pipe? No, Midas. Coming out.
Back for the Midas. Absolutely. Make sure that he can keep himself in a very relevant position. And we're seeing already, he's not necessarily managed to get the big plays in the team fights, but a few little steals to try and halt how smoothly Liquid can get away with these kills.
I think what happened was Thunderbirds went to their talked to their coach after game 2, and they're like, "Did you realize your opponents bought 5 Midases last game?" And they realized they made a mistake. They need to do that every game now.
4 Midas, yeah.
So they're
Liquid
stealing
not doing
strats.
it. Are we going to see 5 Midases come out for them? Well, not on Matumba Man.
Yeah,
no way he does it. GH might though. Also,
No,
is he still looking for the Glimmer?
Yeah, he went Glimmer. I don't know if he'll go back. If you get too far behind on Crystal Maiden and then you buy a Midas as well, then you still just extend the part of the game where people kill you. So,
but you've got a Naga. I mean, you're fine with this game going 80 minutes, aren't you?
Yes, but he will be in fights at some point, and ideally he'll be able to save his allies. So I think if he doesn't get Glimmer, and Morphling picks up an E-Blade in the next 5 minutes, then he's just going to get one shot every single fight, no matter what. So he's got to go for some survivability here.
Liquid can do with his smoke. To kind of bait it out with Miracle potentially in this mid lane, hoping that Thunderbirds would try and make a jump. See if the bait is successful. as they move forward. A little bit of time left on this dust, but smoke is pretty much gone. They'll get themselves up to the high ground. Sentry's down, so know that they've got this good position. Well, there's the lead in. She's just looking to going on the stolen illusion, making sure that Resolution doesn't manage to free farm with the Radiance illusion of Matumba, and they will kill it.
They got to do that every time, basically.
Yeah. It just speeds up his farm so much if he gets his hand on it.
Yeah, it's way too good to have a free rate. It's only like 60%. By the way, are they going?
Yeah, straight in onto Weehaw, looking for the chainstone with the boundless strike as well. Can they find it? No, they don't have quite enough damage to kill him. A Miracle's been taken down in return. Already looking a little bit rocky for Liquid. 2 TPs out, 3 TPs, but it's going to be cancelled by Wee on Kuroki. And they find a second. Mind Control looking to jump in, but not quite killing that Weehaw. Even with a huge amount of chainstone, with the boundless strike, the Fisher Echo Slam, it wasn't quite enough. And the fact that Miracle just caught off out of position in the mid lane before he could get his combo out.
Yeah, that was incredible. He lived there. 175 health perk from Puck here, really paying off this game, and the Treads as well. Treads wand. He built tanky, and it paid off big time. Derek Curry does get sniped, at least Mind Control doing something in the meantime, but this is really bad for Liquid, actually.
Yeah, no Invoker, no Echo Slam, no Freezing Field, no Soul.
Yeah. All on cooldown for a little bit, and they grab another Radiance here. Maybe this will go okay, Fissure works.
See what they can do to stop it. The Moon coming in with those Treants. Resolution falling very low, in fact zips it, and will blow up the Crystal Maid. Feeling confident with the Aegis. Now the song's back online. Just Liquid trying to do their best to buy time so Miracle could get back in. Once the Invoker's back, they should be able to do a pretty good job at holding this back. They have the fortification, and they changed them Resolution up. Doesn't look like he's too worried about it. Still, with that Aegis, feeling strong, Saxa with the Stolen Fisher back onto Miracle. Liquid will hold by the looks of it for the time being, keeping that tier 3 alive.
Yep, they'll finish pushing bottom, and then Resolution will get out of here. Everybody TP and push lanes. Very effective pressure and push from them, I think. Mid tower's down to 500. This kind of looks like what you normally expect from a Naga team, actually. And as a whole, just the Radiance doesn't feel that effective in most of these fights. And if they don't kill the important heroes like Prophet, Puck, maybe Morphling, then it feels like Liquid can't win a fight. And maybe it's just how mobile they are, perhaps. Like, Morphling and Puck, you're not going to keep them within the Monkey King ultimate. That seems kind of clear. Like, Monkey King hasn't felt very effective this game. And they have the damage and the mobility to actually counter him. So maybe that's the Monkey King counter. Highly damaging, highly mobile cores.
Yeah. Ideally, they need to just make sure that you have Mind Control on the front lines, pretty much stun locking multiple heroes, allowing that Wukong's command to get a couple of punches from him.
I could certainly win a fight.
Impossible.
Mind Control picking up a Glimmer Cape as well. They just, that's not going to work.
Messing up the chain stunning there between the two of them. And Man's still there behind. A Resolution. I mean, look at this man's confidence. His team is starting to follow up, but he's just heading straight for Liquid. And Liquid, they're respecting it. They back off. The song will be there from Matumba. Can they actually chain stun the Puck? They need perfect timing, really, to make a go for it. The Fisher, it's going to be late. Weehaw gets the phase shift off. The Wukong's command will be down. Kuroki falling low, looks to juke into the trees, but he's down and out. GH as well. They've lost 2. And Matumba Man, he's now in trouble. Tries for the TP out. Is he going to make it? No, he's not. The Yules is there from Weehaw, cancelling the TP. They find a third Thunderbird, and they're not done yet. Mind Control, again, another TP unsuccessful as the sentries drop. And bottom lane, Nature's Prophet doing it old school with the rat-a-tat-tat. Moon Meander finds the bottom racks, moves across to the mid. There's no buybacks here from Liquid. And Liquid are looking to be in an absolutely dire position now, Berg.
Yeah, it's looking like a 2-racks for sure. Almost nothing they can do to stop it. If anything, Miracle's got to be careful. If he gets hooked or something, this could be his death easily. But tier 2 on the top lane at least, so they won't get a triple racks right now, but 2 racks at 32 minutes in the game is really tough to play against when you're playing against Morphling and Puck and Nature's Prophet. These guys are so good at split pushing right now.
Resolution just looking incredibly huge now. Scardy Gold pretty much there. Pipes being completed by Saxa. We saw some big plays in that last fight as well, stealing the Wukong's command, making it very hard for Thunderbirds to fight back. Liquid to fight back.
Made it really hard for me to pay attention to the team fight. I spent like 20 seconds like, which tree is Monkey King? I kept clicking around, and then I finally realized it was a Rubik ulti.
Saxa just playing around it. Well, he's still got his hands on it, so they may be able to get another utilization out of it. Obviously, doesn't really do the huge amount of damage on it,
does.
but it's.
No, the damage is by all means good. It doesn't do good disable. Like
No, yeah, you know,
it's not like you have a bash. And maybe it's time to buy a basher.
But it kills a few frames, you know. So
It does, yeah. If you gotta
it's
interrupt
the
those,
technical plays.
you puck ulti them, you lower their frame rate, and then they can't dodge the hook as well, right?
Smart plays from Saxa. Rubik Master. 1927. Liquid, of course, they do have good ways of pushing these lanes back out with the Naga Siren. It's certainly not a position they'd hope to be in. If they could kill Resolution, I mean, that was, yeah.
Yeah, they're a little on edge here.
That was a tilt play.
I mean, it's one of those things. Mind Control just shouldn't have committed to it, most likely, because it was very tough, especially in that position. You don't gank a guy right under the shrine when he's this farmed. It's really tough. He's got 2k HP just sitting.
Yeah.
He's not even playing aggressive or greedy. If this is like Sumail or something, this guy would have 1 strength right now, 100%, but he's sitting on 2200 with the Lincolns. Doesn't have buyback at least, but...
Yeah, I mean, Resolution.
Yeah.
The amount of times he's got himself a free Radiance Naga.
It's almost impossible to stop, because if he uses any Manta Illusion split, there's going to be a Radiance. So pretty much every time, it's almost impossible for him to prevent this, and as a result, it's just always a Radiance or Resolution that he can just keep on the front line. Just makes it pretty straightforward.
The original Illusion against the new one.
Well, the originals, or the replicate one's way better. It takes way less damage. It doesn't take any bonus, I don't think.
Yeah, Liquid have got to pull themselves together at this stage. A lot of pressure being put on them. Octarine Gold nearly there for Miracle, but of course we're at the state where you want to make sure you have buybacks. As the pushing power from Thunderbirds is huge. As we've seen, you know, with Moon on the Nature's Prophet, a lot of pressure can suddenly just come out of nowhere. Desolator into the AC, fully going for this kind of building hitting. You know, as we were kind of talking about earlier, Purge, there's a lot of builds you can do on the Nature's Prophet, but Moon, he's got it absolutely down what he wants to be doing this game.
Yeah, the BKB was pretty much perfect timing as well. It's the point of the game where you're having trouble controlling what people are casting on you, so as long as he doesn't get super out of position, you can just make sure the magic spells don't affect him. I think he went for the right talent tree as well. He's made good choices here.
Saxy just popping the ult. It's about to go, so why not?
Break the frames.
Have a bit of flair.
Yeah.
The taunt, the BN.
I feel like it's really difficult for Liquid to actually take a fight. A lot of their heroes have trouble keeping people within a certain area. Like, I feel like they kind of need something like a Puck on their team. That way they can just Puck ulti and Wukong's on top of it. But instead, what's happening is they're kind of reliant on Earthshaker, but he's not exactly the best AoE disable hero. He's great if they're all clumped, but if they're not clumped, he can't really chain disable a lot of people and keep them in the same spot. So it's like all of their game kind of feels all in on Earthshaker doing Echo Slam solo target kind of stuff.
It's a lot of pressure on mind control. I mean, what kind of item we're seeing go for that? Okay, so to get the Glimmer Cape is certainly going to help in terms of getting himself, well, not just out of there, but into position without.
It's mostly for the E-Blade combo stuff. Like
that's true. Yeah,
that's why they all pick up Glimmers. They need them. Otherwise, the Morph's just going to keep hitting one-shot kills.
With Resolution having a BKB now on top of the Skadi, he is. It's very hard for them to kill him with that BKB.
They will be able to ensnare him. That's about it.
That's some.
Or
a little bit of disable.
And maybe they can waste his BKB with.
Roshan's back up. On control. Jump in onto Misery. Shoves himself away. Misery tries for the hook. Isn't going to get it. Into the pit. Weehar getting bashed immediately by Roche. Looking to drawn out onto Kuroki. Good Dream Coil onto 2. The Hex is there as well. Onto Mind Control. Miracle Amateur Man coming in for the sidelines with the combo. The Song will be there to slow things down. Allow Liquid to rearrange. They do have an Echo Slam available. They'll drop the Wukong's command. Misery being slowed up. Jump up to the high ground from Weehar. Will end up finishing off the Monkey King. Misery's taken down in response though. It's a 2-for-1 at the moment. Moon trying to man up against Matuma Man. Pops the BKB with a Mion in the desert. Doing a lot of damage. Not quite enough. GH in the trees with a freezing field. Bringing Weehar down low. But the vision is there. They'll get the kill. Mind Control still hanging around. Doesn't have the man up for the Echo Slam. Now he does. But Resolution, can they kill him? There's 3 of them working towards him. Weehar comes back in. Picks up the triple. And he's not done yet. Potentially Matuma Man tries the TP out. Will just make it. Ends up being a 3-for-3. Both teams keeping their 2 big cores alive.
It's a pretty good fight for Liquid. They set up their Wukong's command well, but the same problem just shows itself. The Puck's able to jump wherever he wants to. He's able to kill the Monkey King on the backline. I'm not really sure what the best solution is. Monkey King needs a BKB really bad this game, though, and I don't even think shaving off like the Midas would have made a big difference. Maybe he should have rushed Basher this game because they had this tempo problem at the 15 to 20 minute mark, but
Miracle just got popped.
But that's the issue in the fights. They cannot touch this Morphling. They can't even get close to touching this Morphling. He's like, in no way are they a threat to this guy.
Yeah, this Resolution Morphling has just been pretty insane. I mean, we know it's one of his strongest, you know, and that just historically, Resolution has had some brilliant games on the Water Boy.
I'm a little surprised he went for this perk, 50% replicate damage. It's the right click from the Naga Siren do about the same damage as what Naga's actual one is.
Is it only the right click? It doesn't amp up the Radiant?
Does not.
That would be exquisite. But there's the jump in, the fight begins. Roki just about saved, but yeah, the coil, it still ends up stunning him. He'll get the jump off. There's been a buyback from Miracle for this fight. They've lost Matuma though. He's down for 70 seconds. They need to do something big. Saxa will be taken out, but Moon, we are ready to wrap back round. Looking for GH, who did get the freezing field off, but they have the vision. They'll surround him with the treants, bring down the CM. A buyback will there be there from Kuroki. Miracle has to do something absolutely miraculous, really, to hold off this potential push that could come in from Thunderbirds. Roshan is available. They may choose to take it safe and go for it. Oh, he's going to miss the tornado, though, and they jump in from Wee. With the Hex, Mind Control does manage to get the Echo Slam onto 2. Can they actually kill Wee? No, he phase shift dodges the Deafening Blast. The tornado will connect onto Misery. Kuroki coming in with the Wukong's command. They brought down Weeha. Misery in trouble as well. He's trying to get away. Resolution looking to block. Kuroki found Miracle as well. They've lost 4. None with buyback on Liquid. And Resolution may not be done quite yet.
Ooh,
the Adaptive Strike bringing Mind Control down low.
He got the range perk. Would have gotten that kill.
But look at top lane. What's Fury been doing? He's there. He's on the racks. He's pushing in.
Moon Meander's been right-clicking a lot this game. He's doing a lot of damage. He's just got a 3-shot GH here as soon as the Frostbite ends.
Mind Control, he's so low, but he wants to do his best. They want. Oh, maybe they could kill him. Matuma Man's there as well. And can they get him? Yeah, they will. They'll kill him. They'll keep the racks alive on the top lane.
It's a drive-by hit right there. Did you see that?
That was a lovely little skirmish drift, yeah. 26-36 Thunderbirds doing incredible structural damage. And Liquid trying their best to hold on, but it really is going to be one of those games that it's going to be insane if Liquid can actually end up pulling through a win, as Thunderbirds are just in a brilliant position. Resolution looking towards a butterfly as well. Leaps and bounds ahead of Matumba's Naga still at this stage.
They already have trouble killing this guy, and imagine with 35% evasion on top of that. It's insane.
Done. Interesting though as well, look at the Shaker. He has his Aghanim Scepter.
Okay. He's going to start hopping around.
Hey.
It's 2 Monkey Kings. You know, they're actually very similar heroes when he gets Ag. They actually resemble each other so much.
Hey,
just hopping around.
Q, that's basically the same spell.
Pretty much. Now the second skill, same spell, just jump in places.
I mean, what's the serious plan with the Axe? What makes it so good, you feel, in this game? What are we going to see Mind Control do that he wasn't able to do before now?
Escape.
Okay.
Multiple initiation options can be useful. I mean, he's already got Blink 4, so he's pretty set here, but definitely it's very, very difficult sometimes to predict Earthshaker just dunking in sometimes. That part can help. Helps against the Radiance, for sure, unless he just dies.
Dunk. Ooh. Jump, boundless strike, he's down. It will survive. The hook, not going to quite catch GH. Kuroki up. Look at Miracle here with the wraparound. Tornado, EMP is going to land onto Saxa. Matuma Man surrounds him. They'll find the Rubik. Resolution pops the BKB, looks towards Kuroki. Kuroki's down and down. The X is there. Oh, they've got him. Miracle's down for 100. Matuma Man trying to save him with the song, but with the BKB on Resolution, he powers on through. And then not done yet, Thunderbirds. Misery comes in with the hook. Dismember onto CM. A third member down. Triple kill for Resolution. They have no Invoker, no Monkey King, no buybacks available. They have been racked. The Megas are out.
Resolution still got Aegis. I don't know if they can. Earthshaker can go, and he's got Echo Slam, but they're not that grouped.
Oh, there's the dunk. He's looking to try and get in position. Will he get a good one there as he brings down the Nature's Prophet? Hex again, though. Weeha makes a brilliant Hex plays this game. causing huge issues for the cause. Not maybe enough to kill him. There's the dunk again attempt. The Yules will be there to dodge it. Fisher isn't going to be. Drawn straight out to safety. In the base, Resolution looking to man up against Matumba. Matumba looking to turn and fight. Does have this diffusal blade, and again with the dunk. Resolution falling incredibly low. In fact, he'll go down, but he has that Aegis ready for answer. But Kuroki,
It's really good for Liquid.
with the Wukong's command. They bashed him up. Moon will actually buy back for this. 30 seconds before they have Miracle back. They're trying to do their best to fight and buy time for the Invoker to return. Can they actually do it though? The pressure's starting to come back in onto the structures. Hex is there onto Matumba Man. Mind Control tries to help out, but he jumps forward, trying to just draw their attention away from the base. Buyback from the Earthshaker, buyback from Matumba Man. Miracle's back in 10 seconds. There's the dunk. We are falling low and he's down. They've taken down the put for 99 seconds. Saxa focusing Kuroki with the help of Resolution. They'll take down the Monkey King. Sprout up onto himself, Moon, but the fish is through. Matumba Man, they've got through the trees. They've spotted out Mumianda. Resolution zips across the sidelines. Miracle gets the combo down onto Mumianda. Mumianda's down. There's a dieback on the Nature's Prophet, but they've lost Matumba Man a second time. It's a dieback for him as well. Mind Control will end up finding Saxa. Misery with the Dismember onto the Shaker. Can they save him? Oh, the Fisher onto Reza holds him back. He needs a beautiful combo here, Miracle. He'll go for the EMP setup onto Resolution, but Resolution turns and he combos down Miracle. Resolution survives. GH the last man standing, and he'll go down as well. Ultra kill for Resolution. GG is called, and Thunderbird will take this series 2-1.
They made them work for that. Holy crap. Did you watch Mind Control in that fight? He's just hopping around.
Hopping and bopping.
He got to level 25, got the Mind